Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Tease to the Social Proof Barber. I'm here with a good friend of mine, producer and Christian artist, my boy Alano. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Brody.
What's good, y'all? What's going on?
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and dig in a little bit into his faith, his music background, to see how he got here. First things first, man, let's go ahead and get your consultation done up, man. What are we doing today?
Usually I do like a mid fade, skin fade, lead the top long.
Okay, nothing off the top today?
Not really. I mean, I'll let you the vet, so I'll let you decide what looks cool. But usually I just leave the top long and
For sure.
the mid fade and his eyebrows, beard, all that.
All right, cool. You keeping the front line natural? You want me to go ahead and line that up for you nice?
You can line it up.
Line that up? All right, for sure. And the beard too?
Yes, sir.
All right, my boy, let's get it.
Let's get it, bro.
What's your like creative process like? Like, do you start with a beat? Do you start with lyrics?
100%.
How's that process like, bro?
I always start with making the actual beat and like the production part.
Right.
So for me, I'll be like going through loops, trying to catch a vibe on something, and then when something gets my attention, I'll be like, okay, I'm a roll with this, put the drums together, and I feel like it's always different for me. Sometimes I'll lock in on like what I'm currently working on because that vibe like pulled me in. So
right.
I'm a write to this specific joint. Other times I'll start like 4 or 5 different projects, you know, that are kind of just like skeletons of a song, you know, with no lyrics or anything like that. And then I'll decide which one I want to work on first.
So do you start with like a hook first? Or do you start with just like how do you start? Like, is it like just first thing that comes to mind, or you usually work on like the hook first, or you always try to find out like what your intro is to the verse?
100% always the hook.
Hook?
Like, yeah, and I feel like that changed. I feel like when I got into making music, I was more like, I'm gonna write my whole verse and then figure out what the song is about.
Right.
And then make a hook. And I think at this point, with the way that like streaming is set up and what triggers people to like want to play your music, I would say the hook is the most important part of a song.
Right.
Which is crazy because I think my biggest song don't even got a hook, but there's like a catchy line on there. You know what I'm saying? So the catchiest part of the song is like the one that I spend the most time on.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Which would be the hook. You trying to hook them in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, so like run this down for me a little bit, bro. How did that link up with Caleb happen? Like, was it your idea? Was it Caleb's idea? Or is it just something that happened like one day y'all were just cooking up in the studio and y'all just mashed up on some fire track like that, bro?
So Caleb had been on my radar already. I had heard his music a lot before we ended up linking up.
Right.
But what happened in that situation where we linked up for the Rocky Road joint, he actually had dropped Rocky Road 1. And at the end of Rocky Road 1, there's a beat switch. And the beat switch is the whole beat of Rocky Road 2. So he put up a post on social media basically like with an open verse with that beat.
Nah.
And
like a competition type of deal, or like
he made it like just a challenge, but it wasn't like, you know, I had seen artists put challenges out there that were like really calculated. He kind of just threw it on there and was like, just rap to this joint, keep it clean, you know,
right.
Like kind of just like an open challenge. And I thought the beat was so fire. I was just like, nah, I gotta do something to this, you know?
Yeah.
And that was really history from there. I did the verse. I uploaded it within I think a day of me seeing the post. And that junk started going crazy immediately.
Hey, so like, did he hit you up once the track came out? Like, was he like, yo, what's up, dog? Like, let's cook, let's shoot a video. Like, how'd that work, bro?
Yeah, so the reel that I posted of my verse, it was cooking on social media for like 2 weeks.
Right.
And then I was like, that was the most motion that I had on social media in a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I was constantly trying to post stuff and like getting little to no reaction. But that video was taken off on Instagram, and I also shared it to TikTok, and I saw like a lot of motion on TikTok.
It's like divine timing, brother. It's like
Yeah,
God said, "This is the one right here,
it was
bro."
wild, bro. And then I look at my phone one day, like it was probably like 2 weeks after I had posted a video, and I see he had DM'd me. He was like, "Yo, your verse fire."
Hey, just like that. Hey,
And then
fire.
he was giving me pointers on like how to repost it, like how to share it on social media. I didn't even know
that there's a
he-
way.
Yeah, he was basically telling me to post it under the original sound of the
Of the
reel
beat?
that he put up with the beat. Yeah. And I did that, and that was the post that like took off on IG. Did like 500,000.
Yee.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Bro, that's insane, bro. I can only imagine like that surreal feeling, especially after like something you just been working on so hard, and then like you just took that leap of faith, bro. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like, what's the worst that could happen? I don't get picked. So,
Bro, I did not think twice about that joint though. I didn't think that it was gonna be the one. Like me personally, I felt like I had rapped better so many times. You
hey,
know?
I don't know what it is, bro, but it's just that like.
But yeah, it's
bright
true
light,
though. It's true though.
flashing. Fresh out the two light, yeah, bro.
I-
that joke was tough, bro. I'm telling you, I was like, hey.
It's true though, bro. I look back and I'm like, I see why it was like such a big moment for people. You know what I'm saying? Because that joint really just like it hit. I can't explain it. It hit. You
Took
know,
you to that next level type of thing.
bro. It was wild when I like, you know, because from there it was like he shared it to his page. Then it started getting crazy. I'm like watching my social media blow up like
Blow
at
up,
an
like-
astronomical level. Like every time I open the app, it's like 500 notifications. That's not like I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
It's like day
Junk-
and night.
bro, junk going crazy, DMs going crazy. I had like you know people like secular artists and people in the industry trying to get me to write songs for them and stuff like that. You know. And like offering me money, and it was wild.
Bro. That's crazy.
Everybody
bro.
trying to get a feature all of a sudden. it was cool, man. And then I seen, you know who Lecrae is?
Yeah.
So Lecrae is like the pioneer of the space, like one of the top
Like
pioneers.
main Christian artists or
Yeah,
rappers, right?
yeah,
I
like
heard he's
that.
like signed like Hovey. He signed.
Yeah, he got a lot of big acts over on Reach, but you know, I seen Lecrae repost a reel like reacting to the verse, and I was like, "Yo, this is wild. This is like a full circle moment." You know what I mean,
It's like Drake of the Christian scene.
bro?
It's like a Lecrae season, you know it's valid, right?
It was wild, bro. But yeah, dog. So that just kept kind of like snowballing, and it kept blowing up. And then I'm like looking at these posts, like it was a lot of car videos that were reposting with the audio after me and Caleb dropped Rocky Road Part 2
Right.
with my verse on there. The car community took that joint to the moon, bro.
Oh, the car community's one that took that off?
Yeah, they went crazy. They was reposting video after video of the joint, bright light flashing, and you would see like the headlights
Dog.
of a whip, you
That's
know, in
sick,
every
bro.
video. And then
They didn't even know it was a Christian song.
had no clue, no clue, bro. And then from there it was like the sports community, bro, took it to the next level. Then I see, I'm
And it's
chilling.
just like your verse, right? Like it's just your verse on all these videos.
Well, that was the part that got clipped for the reel, you know. And I think Caleb, shout out to Caleb, bro, because I think he did that strategically.
He made that
Because
happen.
he knew the moment, bro. Because when I recorded my verse to the joint,
Yeah.
I had the beat, like the beat was playing when I said bright light flashing. On the original video, the beat is playing through that part.
Ah.
And when he mixed it, he dropped the beat, and I feel like that
That's what made
added
it.
it added to the whole vibe of like when the beat actually drops and everything. So shout out to the boy CG, man. He did that, and
Telling you, bro.
he
CB.
knew that it was gonna be a moment. I knew that he picked up on that. You know what I'm saying? Even more so than I did. You know. And the joint went crazy. And then I'm like chilling at the crib one day, and I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes reposting it on Super Bowl weekend, And I'm like,
crazy,
yo, everybody hitting me up like, yo, this joint is out of there. I was like, this is wild, bro. It
Hey,
was
that's
wild.
fire, bro. Congrats on that, though, man. For real, that must
was
have been
wild.
like a for real surreal feeling, bro. Like,
For sure.
that's like one of those moments where it's like, all right, I know God watching. I know God's working right now.
Man.
God's working in my favor right now, bro.
And it was such a pivotal moment, like, in my life. So the timing was definitely, it was impeccable timing on God's part. So shout out God for that. That was crazy.
Facts. Hey, so how would you say your relationship with Caleb is? Like, you guys still cool? Like, y'all keep in contact, or that
That's
was
the
just
dog,
like kinda,
bro.
That's the dog.
That's the dog, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, bro, everybody in the space, you know, that I've personally met, I vibe with, and I always consider. I mean, like, being a person that's a Christian artist, a believer in general. Like, I look at everybody who's a part of the kingdom as family. You know,
Amen.
like, even if we don't personally know each other, I say the same, you know, about anybody that I meet. That's a believer, bro. Like, I feel like we already related, not by blood, but by the blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
So, I don't know. I feel like in my life, after I got saved and I was living for the Lord, I feel like, you know, I developed relationships with people that it was all like God would plug me in with these different people.
Divine
You
appointments.
know, and
Divine
I feel like I
timing.
had like a whole group of friends that basically got, like, we fell out, you know, not fell out, but we just lost communication and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then, like, everything got replaced with, like, God-fearing people, you know? And I feel like the people that I relate to now, I would never have related to, like, before Christ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy how like
Completely
like,
different walks of life, you know
will
what I'm
bring you
saying?
together. Like
one of
God
my-
will bring you guys together, type of stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's a God, it's like a God divine appointment type thing.
Yeah, I heard that the other day. I was at church and my pastor was talking about that, saying, talking about divine appointments. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, it stuck with me, and I'm just like, started thinking like, wow, all these moments in life, like, they're divine appointments. You know what I mean? Depending on like
Yeah.
who you run, but I mean, in my opinion, I feel like anything that happens in your life is like divine timing. You know what I mean? Like, it's all part of God's plan, whether it's something good or something bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's all
Yeah.
part of like your journey and what's gonna help you get to that end goal, like that vision that you
Yeah.
have, like that ultimate goal that God got for you.
That's
like
facts.
how I was saying earlier, like when I was cutting, I've been cutting hair for 10 years, and I got really over it, bro. Like, I was about to quit. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was about to just drop everything.
Man.
And it wasn't until one day, bro, where like, you know, I started taking this walk very serious. Started going to church and stuff, and you know, believing heavy in the faith. And I used to hear my pastor talk like, you know, like, asking you shall receive, right?
Yeah.
Or, you know, like, pray, like God's listening. So like one day I took it serious. I was, bro, really fed up with this. Like I probably wouldn't even have been here to do this interview with you. You know what I mean? And I sat down one day and I prayed to God, and I said, God, like, I'm over my job. Like, I don't have the same passion I got from my job, but I love cutting hair, and I love like the bond that I built with people and like knowing their stories. You know what I mean? I was like, but I'm over it. Like, I don't have like no purpose for that no more. Like, I don't have like a drive to do it. I was like, but I love going to church, and I love worshiping you, and I love praising you, and I love getting to know you. So if there's a way that you can combine the two, you know what I mean? If there's a way that you can make my job more purposeful and still find a way where I can honor you throughout my job, then, you know, so be it. I'll stay.
Yeah.
And after making that prayer, bro, no lie, bro, I promise you, like, bro, no lying. After I made that prayer, bro, for like a month straight, maybe a month and a half straight, every day I had a new client, 1 to 2 new clients, right? And every single one of those clients were either pastors' kids, people who were lost, people who like had questions about the faith, people who were just like looking for a church, people who fell out of church and just needed some type of you know what I'm saying, like reassurance. So like, bro, I thank God every day for that. And then it's like, look, bro, this is a divine appointment for me. You know what I mean? Like, just 100%. To be able to pick your brain a little bit, chop it up, dig a little bit into your faith. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. So,
bro, I'm glad you reached out, bro. Hey, I was like, what? This is fire.
I'm glad you said, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it was a little minute before we got you in here. Like, We had some stuff pop up in between and stuff.
Thanks to me, man.
Nah, you here, bro. That's all that matters, dog. But yeah, bro, like I thank God every day for this, bro, because it's like now I'm doing what I love and I get to talk about what I love at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So divine appointments, brother. God always works in mysterious ways.
That's facts, bro.
Have you like faced any criticism or pushback from like people from the Christian community or like anybody outside the community? Hey, I feel like this is gonna be good. This is a good question right here.
100%, bro. From all angles,
from every
bro.
aspect.
All angles, bro. It don't matter Christian, bro. Yeah, Christian or not, bro. I faced, you know, criticisms, just straight up hate, you know. It just comes with the territory, bro. It's a very cutthroat world. If you anything that involves you like putting yourself out there is cutthroat, bro. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah.
Social media is like
social media is not for the weak, bro.
You could just be a regular person, bro. If you post something on social media that people are gonna like roast you for, dog, it's one of them things, dog. Everything is like accessible to everyone,
right? And
people just have like an open forum to chime in and say whatever they want, bro. You know, social media comment sections are wild, bro. Like,
yeah, it's not for the weak, bro.
It's not for the weak.
If you get easily offended, man, stay off them comments.
And it's crazy too because like, as the creator, if you respond, it's like they gonna make it out like you being emotional and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, bro, the same way that you trying to roast me,
I'm flaming back, brother.
I'm gonna flame you back, bro. That's what I come from.
Hey, so if you had to say one thing to like the critics out there, what would it be, bro? Off the top of your head, like,
God bless y'all. I pray all y'all find the Lord, bro. Just wish y'all the best, man. I hear you. I see you. They just want to be heard, bro. That's like, I heard somebody say years ago. I heard somebody say, people will hate. Tell them why they're hating, because they don't know why they're hating. You know?
Right.
It's like everything that they have a problem with in their own personal life. It's like if they see a reflection of that in somebody else, it'll trigger something.
Right.
That'll cause them to just like lash out. You know what I'm saying?
I learned throughout life that people will judge you based off of their own expectations. So you could do something great, but if you didn't do it how they would have done it, they got room to hate on it. You feel me?
Yeah, and if you surpass their expectations, then that's where hate will creep in too. Like they set the bar so high for you, and you jump over it. And now it's like the same people that was vibing with you ain't vibing with you.
Ain't even
like
rocking
that.
with you like that no more.
You know,
that's the sad truth, bro.
It's true, bro. But you know, like to be fair, I would consider myself pretty critical, like when it comes to, like, if I'm listening to art that's being put out, I set a bar very high for myself. So the bar is just high in general. So like if somebody's trying to like put me onto some music, you could ask like the people close to me. If they play me some trash, I'll be like, dog, don't ever send me that ever again.
It's trash, yeah. Like, that's the problem, bro. I feel like a lot of people out here are surrounded by yes men. You gotta have that one real brother that's gonna be like, hey dog, this ain't it, man.
Yeah, man.
Hang up the mic, brother.
I can be a hater when it comes to music and stuff like that. Like, but I feel like that's a place. I feel like everybody has their place where they're qualified to hate a little bit.
Right.
Like, I'm sure you feel the same as an artist. You've been in it 10 years, bro. You're not just gonna co-sign anybody.
There's always gonna be some type of critique. It's like, could have done better, bro. You know. But I try to be equal to everybody. I try to give more constructive criticism versus like some shade. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I try to completely avoid giving anybody constructive criticism
because they ain't never gonna take it right,
bro. I'm telling you, bro, I can't tell you how many times I've had people hit me up and say, like, bro, I just want you to be honest. And I'm like, immediately, I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't, bro. Stop it. You don't know what you're asking for.
I'm just not going to be honest.
You don't even know what you're getting yourself into, bro. Relax.
I'm not going to be honest because I don't want somebody to, like, get offended and then not rock with me no more.
Right.
And that's not my goal. I'm not trying to, like, cut nobody down.
Over just an honest opinion.
Yeah, bro. And true. I've had people... If people think that what I have to say is negative, like I've experienced that 10 times over.
10 times, yeah.
My own experience, and honestly, that's what challenged me to elevate. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
bro.
You know how they be saying like bring bullying back. They be saying
Hey, low key though, bro.
bring back bullying, but there's an element of that that's very true, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm not like all for like the bullying, you know what I mean?
100% no, but like
that little like
there's like a little jab that like a friend, like, okay, for example, one of my dogs, he noticed like I was out of shape, and he just was like, bro, like,
what you doing with
like
yourself, bro?
what are you doing, dog? Like,
I feel
and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, in the moment, I try to like joke it off and stuff like that, and then I dipped, and I went and got on the scale, and I was like, dang.
Dang, bro.
And I was just like, man, I
You
gotta do something about this. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's the one thing that could be on your mind all the time that you just haven't like heard from somebody else because you putting it off. And then that person that's close to you that's not scared to like
hurt your
offend
feelings.
you will bring it up to you. So
Right.
and it's like, dang, I'm not the only one that's thinking about this all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It might not just be me alone in my thoughts about this. Like, I've actually got to work on that, you know? So,
hey, so who would you say is your biggest inspiration spiritually and musically?
God, bro. God is my number one biggest inspiration. And musically, I would say my parents. My parents were like essentially the reason, aside from God and faith, that propelled me like forward in terms of being an artist and just doing music in general. Like, before I started making my own music, it really started off like in a church setting, just playing an instrument or singing. That's really my story before rap was even a part of like what I do.
Yeah.
I was singing and playing instruments at church. And my dad and my mom were the ones that really like encouraged that. And I saw them actively doing it, you know? So
right.
Because they were like musically inclined and doing it for the Lord, that was like a big
plus for you.
Yeah, 100%. And outside of that, you know, I can't like pinpoint like a specific artist that I really rock with. Cause like I said, before I started making music, like my background with music itself was like Christian, like Spanish Christian music. You know what I'm saying? Like That's what I grew up around. That's like what they were playing at the church that I grew up in. I wasn't like, I didn't know about all that hip hop had to offer until like later on.
Right.
So my inspirations were really just like kind of all over the place. Like by the time I started listening to what was out there on the mainstream, it was just like whoever was popping at the time, you know?
Right.
Like the radio stuff, you know, obviously you had like Young Money at the time, you had Jay, Kanye, Luda, like the South rappers, you had
those are all like big like big influential artists too, like pioneers of like our generation, you know what I mean? Like people who actually like took off and like made like the music that we grew up and loved, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, like they segued off into the next lane. Like they basically laid the groundwork for the next lane.
Right.
You know? Whatever we hear now, like everything that you hear, all the waves, it's like there's an influence from before that. You know?
Right.
You gotta look to the past to see what's happening in the future.
Exactly.
And then like if you listen to a lot of stuff now, it's like with movies, they be remaking old movies. They do the same with music. They just be recycling samples.
All the samples and stuff, yep.
Trapping them out or making it like a drill song or a Jersey Club. Sometimes it's just annoying. But, you know.
I feel that.
But, yeah.
Hey, so big question I like to ask people, bro, clients and all.
Yeah.
What's your why? Who or what is your why?
My son, Ezra. My son,
Love that,
Ezra,
bro.
is my why. I think being a father put so many things in my life in perspective.
Right.
But definitely, like, gave me a motivation and an inspiration to, like, really go hard in every area and, like, just elevate in everything because I have my kid that's, like, counting on me. And also, I feel like as a parent, my job is to like set him up as best as possible and like push him as far along as I can before it's on him.
Right.
You know, to basically be like a catapult for my son. And I want to like get my son as far along as I possibly can. Like if I have an ability to impact his future in that way, then I want to do that. And I mean, I think it's also biblical too. You know, like leaving an inheritance for your child. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to do that. I want to say that I like
leave really for him, bro.
Exhausted every effort to really set my kid up. You know,
right.
And aside from that, just like understanding God's love for us as His children, like being a father has given me a lot of insight into that more than anything in my life. You know.
Yeah, so, bro. One of the things I cherish the most in my life, bro, is my children, bro. Like my daughter, my son.
You told me about your son.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. My son, like, it's nice, bro, because you know he's 10 now, so he's starting to grow into his like own personality. He's got his likes, his dislikes, and stuff. And we've been bringing him to church and stuff, and he loves going to the church, the youth group, and everything. Fire. And you know, he tells me he reads the Bible and stuff. You know, sometimes we go through it together.
Yeah.
One day I was scrolling on TikTok and I seen that my son made a TikTok page, bro. So at first I went into like straight dad mode. I was like, man, what you doing on TikTok, man? You too young, bro. But I'm looking at his TikTok, bro, and I seen his bio and it said, like, it touched me, bro. Cause like my background, my testimony, like I probably shouldn't be here right now, but I know God had a different plan.
Wow.
And then I see what God's doing in my life working through my son. You know what I mean? I look at my son like a split image. It's like, this is my second chance of being able to do something right. So I do it with my son. So I'm scrolling on his TikTok and I look at his bio and it says, just a boy that loves Jesus.
Wow.
So, bro,
that's fire, bro.
Dog, that touched me so much, bro, where I was just like, yo, no matter like me and my son will bump heads, you know what I mean? No matter how strict I am with it, like just seeing that in his bio makes me know that like, all right, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Because like my job is to teach my children about the word, to teach my children about God, to teach them about that right path, what it is to have morals and principles, how it is to grow up as a nice young man and you know, like help my wife raise my daughter, you know what I mean, to become a respectful young woman and stuff like that. So I take that stuff very serious, bro. Fatherhood is one of those things, man.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to all the fathers out there, bro.
Shout out to the dads, man. Shout out to the dads that's doing it for real, bro. Like,
yeah, bro.
And if you're not doing it, then step up.
Then step up, for real, bro. God's watching.
Yeah, man.
God's watching, bro.
Your kids need you, bro. Your kids need you 100%.
Right.
And don't try to tell me that a female is keeping your kids from you, because that's not an excuse, bro.
That's not an excuse at all, bro.
You're not a grown man telling me that.
Yeah.
y'all love y'all freedom.
Yeah.
Y'all be saying that, oh, she keeping a baby from me. You got a lot of free time.
Yeah, you got all that time.
You're not trying to split the time, dog. You gotta step up.
Hey, so I know your son is, what you said, 3 years old?
He's gonna be 3 in 2 weeks.
So let's just say he grows up and watches this interview one day. What's one thing that you want to let him know right now?
You are a king, my boy. You're a king. Always remember that. Always know that. And I'm proud of you, and I know that the future is bright. So remember this when you get here, and you hear this, keep it with you, because you're my biggest inspiration.
Love that, bro. All right, man. Like one last question before we wrap it up, before I put the hot towel on you and finish up the cut. So what's some advice that you would give like some younger artists that are in this same journey as you? Like what's some advice you can give them to help them along with this journey to make it that much easier? What kind of advice could you give them?
I say, number one, make sure that you're actually supposed to be doing this, and not that it's just like you want to be involved or you want some notoriety or you want some clout. Like if you're gonna make music, don't I feel like for anything in life, don't do anything for a vain reason. So like if you feel like being an artist is gonna put money in your pocket and that's the reason why you want to do it, I would discourage you from going that route. If you feel like this is gonna make you popular, I would discourage you from going that route. I would say do what's in your heart to do. If it's really a passion of yours and you want to get better and you have a desire to progress in that, then do it. If you love it, then do it. And then secondly, I say you know, to not allow, like, once you make that decision that you're gonna do this, don't allow anybody to deter you, and think about what your vision is more so than like what results you want to get. Think about what your vision actually is, like what type of impact do you want to leave, you know. Me personally, I want my life to count, you know, like as a believer, I don't want my existence to be like this passing thing, you know. We already know this world is temporary, this life is temporary. So with this short time that we have, like make an impact, you know, like be a part of a solution. Don't just go with the flow, like, you know what I mean? Strive to stand out, to be different, to lead instead of follow. You know what I'm saying? I would say that.
Amen, bro. I love that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up this cut. I'm going to go ahead and throw the nice hot towel on my boy, get him all lined up, throw the product in his hair, and then after that, we got a nice little surprise for y'all, man, so stay tuned.
Crispy lineup.
Crispy.
Bright light, flashing. Fresh out the tomb like I'm Lazarus. Hop on the beat, no spazzing. Got him in shot like anaphylactic. Ayy, they wanna party on crashing. When I pull up, my little shawty like that's him. Ayy, link with the source, I'm tapped in. Whole new world, Aladdin. Rappers is Disney, clean them up swiftly. Floors on cocaine, floors on Whitney. I don't play no games, better come get me. Used to bump Tripley, not a boy Bigly. Verters on what? Verters on top flow. Shout out to TJ, shout out to Wop. The way I move weight, must be a Chapo. I've been in the gym and I'm trying to get Flacco. Might hit the O, pull up on CG. Aiming to eat it, I've been a Peachtree. I say my piece and I dish it like Peachtree.
Let me know what you think. Let me know.
Back in the game, dog.
Back in the game. My boy got the fresh edge, the fresh lineup. All right, guys, and like we said at the end of this podcast interview, we got a special surprise. My boy Alano about to spit something crazy for y'all, man.
Oh, word?
Let's
okay,
go.
Let's get it.
But I'm on my job. Goals in your mouth, but can't buy you a nine. Selling your soul for the clout. That's like a mirage. I know some G's from the trench. You the opposite kind. They pull machines out the whip and you think Optimus Prime. Not no hitter, but I quickly take a shot of your pride. Plenty of them with you, but they not on your side. See so many fold, it is not a surprise. Playing two different roles like Jekyll and Hyde. Imaginary, I can see the shock in your eyes. My adversary only gets the option to die. Had to bear it all, they wanna copy me, move at a high velocity. That's my career and this Mach 5. Chosen son of God, ain't no stopping to shine. Although I know that it's gonna always be a mountain to climb. Traveled along this narrow road, cause it's the route he designed. In the desert, I could barely get a drop from the sky. My pockets was dry, I was not with the vibes. Nebuchadnezzar, I was stretching for a profit, but why? Threat really a stepper out of 119. Running your mouth, but you don't know nothing about it, it's fine. Nothing about me shook, nothing about me is blind. Nothing about you a crook, nothing about you say crime. Nothing more than a look for a lot of you guys. If it wasn't for IG, boy, I doubt you get live. How could I be bound? I got power to bind. 5 smooth stones for a towering giant. Trying to prove something, might go out like the Mayans. Might just make the man of God call down fire. Book of Revelation, start an all-out riot. Watching all you boys, front of God, no pilot. Talking all that noise till it all goes quiet. Think it's sweet, try and put us under pressure. Battle tested, put a demon on the stretcher. 5 times a day, have him leaning toward the Mecca. That mean I bow his head, something disrespectful. The Trinity, I call it a trifecta. God's hand to guide me, I give devotion. Every single plan to retire me was promotion. Stronger now, I guess it come with being broken. Miracle, just like the way the earth was spoken. Flow hit you like holy scripture. I was laying beats down, threat was putting bricks up. Still stirring the streets, but the rock that we peddling been really causing problems for the devil since we clicked up. Lano.